and welcome back to the Amethyst Witches, and happy solstice.
Yeah, happy summer solstice. So we're just getting ready for our summer solstice ritual on Sunday on the actual solstice, which is the 21st of June. And it's the longest day of the year and the entrance to summer. Woohoo! Everybody loves summer. It's a time when, I think of the Sun Tarot card and how it's so powerful of a card and it just radiates joy and happiness, doesn't it? Yeah, I love summer.
Sure.
So yeah, we're just getting ready for our ritual, and we're going to be doing something a little different this year. We're welcoming in the fairies.
Yeah.
I'm the king and the queen of the fairies. So we're going to be invoking Oberon, the king of the fairies, and Maeve, the queen of the fairies. And we're going to invite all benefic fairies to join in our magic circle. So it should be so fun and exciting. I'm really looking forward to it.
It's going to be in the park, so
Yeah.
it seems fitting that
It does.
we're out with all the fairies.
That's right. We go to a place that's a planted forest, and now the forest is starting to get quite big. The trees have really grown. And so at the entrance to where the fire pit is, where we have our fire, we're allowed to have a fire there. There's 2 oak trees, and every year they just keep getting bigger, of course, because trees grow. But it's kind of nice now. Like they're really getting to be quite majestic, these oaks.
It's turning into a nice little park.
So yeah, at the summer solstice, this is when the sun is at its zenith. It's at its most powerful peak, and so it's all things solar. And so altars are usually decorated in gold or yellow or orange at this time, and yellow altar candles are used.
Yeah, bring in some sunflowers,
some beautiful flowers,
and garden flowers if we have them. And what are some herbs we could use?
Well, the herbs we used in our spells, like any of those herbs, were solar herbs.
Yeah.
So we might bring some of those and have them on a little dish, or maybe burn some as incense.
Yeah. And we're going to show you how to put together the spell bags for the summer solstice that we've put together.
That's right.
So
yeah, we've assembled the spell bags, but we will actually empower them in the ritual when we do our energy raising spell.
Okay, so we'll show you that right now.
All right, so Mary and I are getting ready for the summer solstice, and we're making spell bags for our attendees to our ritual. And Mary made these adorable little spell bags with little gnomes and mice on them, which are so cute. And this one has a mushroom. Oh, he's playing a guitar. I just noticed. Isn't that adorable?
I didn't even plan that.
That's so cute.
That's perfect.
Yeah. And so what we've got here is Mary also found some gold pentagram charms and yellow ribbon to tie the bags. Now, right now, we're just going to tie them in a bow. But at the ritual, we will tie them 3 times. We have a little incantation. We say that when we do our knot magic and tie everything 3 times. Here we have different kinds of essential oils. We're going to use oil of lemon. Citrus are highly solar fruits. And this is rosemary, which is protective, and also a solar herb. And this one is sweet orange, so another citrus. And what we're going to do, and then we have our herbs. We've got rosemary. We've got dried citrus peel, which was dried out in the oven. You can put it in the oven on parchment paper at around 200 degrees. And after about 15-20 minutes, it'll be dry as a bone. And then this is marigold. I didn't want to take too many of my marigold blooms, so a couple of marigold blooms. And I dried those out as well. You can also use calendula or any kind of flower, daisy, anything that's in the summer. We also have juniper for protection, bay, and cinnamon. These are protective herbs, but also energizing herbs. Okay. And so what we're going to do first is I'm going to smoke cleanse the crystals that we're going to put in here. We've got tiger eye, aventurine, and citrine. Okay. So citrine and tiger eye are solar, crystals. So we're going to go through each one and smoke cleanse, and then we will consecrate later. I'm going to just smoke cleanse each. So all the residual energies will not be on them. And then everyone will get, oops, I almost burned myself. One of each. And in their bag.
Seems appropriate for a solar festival.
Right? Yeah. A little bit of trapped solar energy there. Be careful. There's always something with doing witch spells. You always hurt yourself somehow. It's usually through fire.
Melted wax.
Yeah. It's not like the salt or water can really hurt you that much. Okay. So now that these crystals are cleansed, I'm going to put this back in here. I'm just going to generate some energy with my hands, and I'm going to put it over the crystals saying, you know, by the charge of the god and the goddess, may these crystals be blessed, and may they aid the spell work that we will perform on summer solstice on Sunday. Okay, so that's all ready. I've already consecrated all the herbs. And so, yeah, now we're just going to make our little spell bags.
Okay.
Okay, so Mary, I'll have you hold it open.
Yeah.
And then I can put a little bit of each. I'm going to do the crystals last. Okay, so I'm going to start with the juniper. Then the rosemary. Okay, we might make a mess here. Sorry, that's how it is. You know what? I need one of those little tiny funnels. A bit of citrus peel.
Why my altar's always a mess.
Yeah, and you don't need much in each bag, okay? It's just, you know, having a little bit of each. And a little bit of the marigold. And I'm going to be very careful with that because there isn't much. It almost looks like saffron that you buy at Bulk Barn. And then we've got the bay leaf. I'm just going to rip it up. You want a bay leaf poking out there. A bit of cinnamon stick. Energizing. And as I'm doing this, I'm thinking what each herb contributes to the spell. Now we're going to put a couple of drops first of the sweet orange. One, that's good enough. You don't want it to be too oily. 2, the rosemary. And then finally, the lemon. Okay. Then we're going to throw in the stones. Okay, so we've got the tiger's eye, creativity, warmth, good luck. All right. And now we're going to tie the bag with the little pentagram charm just in a bow. And then we'll have these on a little tray, and they'll be on the altar for our ritual on Sunday. And everyone will empower the spell. We'll do a spell incantation and a chant. We're going to do the Spirit of Fire chant as we, you know, get ourselves energized, and we put our energy into the spell. And yeah, they're beautiful.
When we actually do it, we'll probably take the ends here and tie it 3 times.
Yeah, we'll do that.
To do our own energy into the bags. Yeah,
because by knot of 1, the spell's begun. By knot of 2, it cometh true. By knot of 3, so mote it be. So we'll say that for each. We'll have each person say that as they tie their bags.
Perfect.
Okay. So we're going to continue making our little spell bags. And then we're going to talk a little bit about summer solstice as well, and just what we do to celebrate this year.
Yeah.
And here are our finished little spell bags with all the crystals and herbs, and they've all been consecrated and blessed, but they will be activated at our summer solstice ceremony on Sunday. But yeah, so it's a little bit of a different method to calling in the circle that we normally use, because we usually just go with a general Wiccan theme when we call in the quarters and cast the circle. But we're going to show you how we're going to do this one. It's based on Emily Carding's book, Fairycraft. It acknowledges not only the 4 directions, but above, below, and within, being the 7 directions.
Nice.
So yeah, we're going to show you, we're going to give a little demonstration of calling in the 7 directions, but the circle casting for this type of ritual is a little bit different than what we're used to. We usually call in the quarters and then we cast the circle and welcome in the gods.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like that, but after you call in the 7 directions, that's the blessing. And then you're going to cast the circle. And then you're going to do an incantation, which I'm going to read now. And it goes like this. To sylphs of air I call to thee, of harmful winds be circle free. To salamanders who dwell in fire, protect this space from ill desire. To undines of the sparkling wave, from all harm my circle save. And gnomes of sturdy ancient earth, protect from those who know no worth. The circle casts, the web is spun, let nothing pass till work is done. So, and imagine when we're doing that incantation, we'll face the 4 cardinal directions.
Yeah.
But we will have already done the 7-fold blessing at the start.
Nice.
So it's a little bit different, but it's kind of fun to do something different for a change, right?
It seems perfect for summer solstice.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. And it's also beautiful that we always do we've almost always done our solstice rituals at that spot.
Yeah.
And you get a nice ray of sun that comes right down
Right
on that
the altar,
spot.
right? Like
Yeah,
this
it's
time
quite
we got
magical.
photos of the sun just coming perfectly
Yeah.
down on the altar.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, and we have a couple of people joining us, which is really nice because it's been mostly Mary and I for the last few years, just with me and my illness and everything. So now we're getting into having more guests, and I imagine we'll even have more for Lunasa because, yeah, we invited a few people that weren't able to make it this time, but I think they said they'd come to the next one. So anyways, yeah, so we're going to show you that fairy blessing, the 7 directions. And okay, so before we cast our circle on Sunday, we're going to be calling in the 7 directions. So we will be facing east to start, and this is the direction of east. And then I'll do east and you can do south, America.
Sure.
Okay, so we'll be saying, I call to the east and the element of air. Grant us your qualities of clarity, logic, and inspiration here this evening. Hail and welcome. And everyone will say, hail and welcome. And at that point, we will probably draw pentagrams, I would imagine. But you don't have to draw a pentagram. According to Emily Cardin, you can use any symbol that is empowering to you. But we would do the pentagram coming from the right-hand side over for air. And this is our invoking pentagram for air, okay? Yeah. And so now Mary's going to do the south.
Okay.
And that's hail and welcome, just in case you're wondering.
I call to the south and to the element of fire. Grant us your qualities of action, transformation, and will. Hail and welcome.
And at this point, we'll be doing the invoking pentagram of fire, which starts at the top and goes down towards the right. And everyone will say, hail and welcome. Okay, you want me to do the next one? Okay. And now we're facing west, and we were going to say, I call to the west and the element of water. Grant us your qualities of emotion, intuition, and wisdom. Hail and welcome.
Hail and welcome.
Everyone says hail and welcome. And then we go the other way for water. So we come straight across from the left-hand side, left being for water. And then the north.
And then we're going to do earth. Okay.
Yeah.
North. I call to the north and to the element of earth. Grant us your qualities of stability, nature, and stamina.
Hail and welcome. And then we're going to do our earth invoking pentagram, which goes down towards the left. Right. Hail and welcome. Okay. So that is similar to what you would normally do. But now we're going to add 3 different directions. So at this point, we would reach and face the above. So we'd be reaching straight up in the air and looking up at the sky. And we would be saying, I call to the above, the stellar realms, realm of the stars, the angels and the divine. Grant us your guidance and insight here today. Hail and welcome.
Hail and welcome.
Everyone says hail and welcome. And then Mary, you can just stay right here and do the below. Okay.
And I call to the below, realm of the ancestors and the luminous beings of the inner earth. Grant us your wisdom, power, and knowledge here today. Hail and welcome.
Hail and welcome.
It says hands on heart.
Oh, and that's the last one. Hands on your heart. Right. And so the very last one, you're going to put your hands on your heart. So this is now calling to the within. And so we'll just be at the middle, and our hands will be on our heart, and we'll say, I call to the within, to the divine spark. to the star within the void to which we are all connected. Grant the insight of true self, the power of connection here today. Hail and welcome.
Hail and
Hail and
welcome. And Ozzy wants to join in.
Yeah. Or Ozzy, are you a fairy dog?
I think he is.
Yeah.
I think he is.
So we'll do that first to call in the directions before we actually cast the circle and welcome in the king of the fairies, Oberon, and the queen of the fairies, Mabe. And those are the deities that we'll be working with for this summer solstice.
So we want to say blessed solstice to everybody.
Yeah.
And thank you for watching us this week. And let us know what you're going to be doing for the solstice, and what you might be celebrating.
Yeah, and if you're celebrating alone, it could be as simple as just waking up and greeting the sunrise and just having a nice quiet moment where you appreciate the sun. Yeah. So thank you so much, and blessed be everyone.
Thank you. Blessed be.